Every year in the NFL, it's a new team. As far as goals go, we have one. Putting a f***ing ring on our finger.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Ralph Phillips.
I'm Molly Bay.
Today is November 26, 2021, the day after Thanksgiving, the day after seeing the Saints get whooped up.
Oh, that was good.
That was nice. Everything went our way yesterday. We needed the Saints to lose. We needed the Cowboys to lose. And guess what? They did.
It happened.
Ain't mad. Ain't mad about it at all. Now, all we got to do is win. And we'll be up, 2 games or 3? Oh, my goodness.
I think we are currently up 2.
I think we're up 2. And we haven't done anything.
I know.
Yeah, I told you. Saints ain't what everybody thought they were. Neither were the Panthers. Honestly, Atlanta's probably the better team of the two.
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious.
That's not true. They're getting there. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say they're getting there. Matt Ryan is looking like total dog poop. But, their defense is coming together, not in a sense that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but it's a complex defense. They're trying to copy our defense. They just don't have the personnel yet. And, but they're trying all that neat stuff. And they're getting better at it.
Well, we see them in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so.
It's going to be interesting.
Oh, next weekend, December 5th.
That's right.
So, we'll see if it comes together before then. I doubt it.
But before that, we have the Indianapolis Colts coming up, and that's what we're going to talk about pretty much this whole game, or this whole podcast.
Lovely.
I think.
Yes.
We do have a good show for you. We're going to cover a little bit of news, a little bit of Buc news, a little bit of league news, and then we're going to get into the Colts game.
Yay. I'm sorry.
Molly's in a mood. She's been in a mood all day. Started off in a bad mood. She's been in a bad mood all
No,
day.
I didn't start. I was in a mood like I was going to get stuff done, and then things went wrong, and it just made me upset.
Yeah.
So here we are.
I was getting stuff done left and right, and even played with the kids, and just I was keeping everybody away from me. I was like, "Don't get near her; she will eat you."
Yeah, I needed a little bit of time to get it together.
Yeah, so we went and got some Christmas shopping done. That helped her out a little bit.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even go there to Christmas shop. We went to get me stuff.
Went there to get a $10 item, and on the way, our daughter was like, "Can we stop and get smoothies?" I was like, "Okay, we can do that." And then we go in there, and daughter's like, "Can we get this? Can we get that?" And then Molly was like, "Hey, there's some Christmas presents here I could buy." We went in to get a $10 item, walked out, spent $150.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how it works.
So.
Hey, we got some Christmas taken care of. That's
a lot actually. I've gotten most of the list done today.
That's crazy for $150.
No.
Oh, you ordered. That's right.
I ordered other stuff too.
Yeah.
Some retail therapy made me feel better.
It does. It works, man. It's so superficial, but man, it makes you feel good. Like I bought a phone today. Finally getting rid of my phone. Had this damn thing.
Y'all should see Ralph's phone.
Oh,
it's
God.
awful. It's in a state.
You can't really see the cracks, but
no.
Oh man.
And
look at the backs.
The back.
I've opened this thing up so many times and replaced batteries, which it's one of those unreplaceable batteries, but not me. I've replaced that thing.
Ralph
it's been a great
challenge accepted.
Yeah, I'm going to miss this thing. I've had this 5 years, 4 years?
I think longer.
Whew, gosh.
I think closer to 6 or 7.
Yeah, we got getting a new Pixel. So there you go.
There we go.
I hate giving Google my money.
I know.
I really do. I struggled with it for 2 months. Actually.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everyone what you went through?
No, because they'll think I'm a maniac.
You are.
All right, let's get this show going. I think everybody's tired of hearing us jibber jabber. I want to start this off with something we haven't done in a while. Gay stats. In case you aren't aware, Carl Nassib is the first openly gay active NFL player. I can't ever keep the title straight, but I think that's it. He used to be with the Buccaneers. He was with the Cleveland Browns before that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And we had him. We really liked him and everything. And then he goes off to Oakland and becomes gay. That's what happens when you go to Oakland, I guess.
I guess so.
We have to talk to Warren Sapp about that. So anyhow, since this is let's see, they just played week 11, right? This is week 11?
Yes.
Okay. In that, he's had 0 games started. He's still a backup rotational player. He's playing about 30% of the defensive snaps and probably about the same on special teams.
Oh, it's week 12. This is week 12.
Okay, week 12. He's had 1.5 sack. He got the first sack in the first week, and then he got another half a sack 2 weeks later. He's had 15 solo tackles, 3 assists, 3 tackles for a loss, 1 forced fumble. He was ruled out against the Cowboys yesterday on Thanksgiving with a knee injury during the first half of the game. So, bam, there it is. He's leading the world in gay stats. No other active gay player is going to surpass him for a long, long time.
That's true.
He can't.
So congratulations, Carl.
Congratulations, Carl. There you go. All right. Now, we had talked about Mike Evans had got the franchise record with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we had said in the podcast a couple weeks ago, before we broke the record, we kind of broke down how important it is or how special. It rarely happens. I mean, there are teams who haven't had a franchise touchdown player for 50 years. You know, the record is still from the 1950s or something. 49ers, you know, they got Jerry Rice from the 80s. It's going to be, it's been 40 years, right? 30 years. So a lot of teams, it's something that happens very rarely. Now, the newer teams, they have more often, you know, Carolina and stuff like that. But since the Buccaneers have been around, you know, our numbers is moving up there. I mean, we're at, 72 now? Is that correct?
I don't even know what the number is.
Okay, we'll go with that until you correct me. Now, this is to show you how rare and special this is. There are only 2 active players in the NFL right now who are franchise leaders of a football team. One is Mike Evans. The other one is Rob Gronkowski. Both players are on our team. That is so amazing. Rob Gronkowski holds the franchise record for the New England Patriots for touchdowns, and we got them both on our team. That's never happened before.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was his 72nd
72nd
touchdown.
Yeah. So that, you know, it's a really special thing. It's awesome. I think we should talk about it every chance we get.
I know, and I'm so glad that it's Mike. 'Cause I got it.
Yeah. Mike and Mike. It was Mike Allstott before him. Mike. And do you know who was Mike Evans' first touchdown pass from?
Hold on. Byron Leftwich?
Mike Lennon.
So
Mike and Mike.
The
Mike. The Mike Show. Mike and Mike Show.
Yeah. Mike didn't play with Byron.
No,
That's a silly answer. That was a few years before him.
Yeah, that was before Freeman, wasn't it?
Same season.
Same season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Byron got benched.
For Freeman?
I think for Josh Johnson and then Freeman. Or it might have been Josh Johnson got benched for Byron and then Byron got benched for... Anyway.
Gosh, I can't remember, but I do remember Josh Freeman playing against Green Bay in our throwback jerseys, and it was one of the best games I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
He
so
just
fun.
lit it up.
Yeah, he was killing it.
Me and Molly were talking about him a couple nights ago. We were just like, what happened to him? Now, we looked it up one time.
Yeah, he has an Instagram account. He does not post often. He had a few posts where he was like traveling with friends, it looked like. And then, but again, it's like he's not a regular poster and not frequent.
Well, he was a very big introvert. He didn't like being, talking, when he'd do his press conferences, it'd be real quiet and he wouldn't say a whole lot. And he just never really put himself out there. So it doesn't surprise me that he doesn't have much of a social media presence, but he did go to the Canadian Football League, right? Played there for a while. Not long. It was only like a couple months. But that was the last football he's ever played.
Yep.
Which is a shame. He
so
had
I know.
such great potential.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad to see he's not in jail or worse at
Yes.
this point, because it kind of seemed like that.
That's where he was heading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, quiet life isn't always necessarily a bad thing.
No. Our boy Jaden Mickens, our punt returner and seventh string wide receiver, whatever he was, he was picked up off the practice squad by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know, that sucks.
Dang.
I really liked him, man.
Me too.
And poor guy. I mean, if you're going to be picked up, get picked up by the Patriots or the Packers or a team that's got a future.
I know.
Jacksonville.
I know.
It's almost as bad as the Jets.
Yeah. I'd rather sit on the Bucs practice squad.
Yes, right. Now, do you get a Super Bowl ring for being on the practice squad?
I don't know.
I bet you do.
Probably. I mean, they're giving front office people.
they were handing out Super Bowl rings left and right. So, that was kind of sad to see Mickens go. I really liked him. If you watched my Tiffy videos, he was always, when we did kneel downs, he would be in the running back position. He was the one standing behind the quarterback, and he'd stand, like 5-10 yards behind the quarterback. And he would always do some weird pose, or some movement after the ball was snapped. It was so funny. The guy just seemed like he really loved football.
Yeah.
And he loved the Buccaneers, it seemed like. I'm sad to see him go.
I know. Well, he always moves. Might end up back on there.
He had a lot of moves too, running his routes. That's one of the things about our receivers, Evans, Godwin, these guys, they don't really juke out the defenders. They're just precise route runners. They're really just big guys that box guys out. That's their thing. And Mickens, however, was the kind of guy that would juke you out. He was always, trying to double move you and stuff like that. Come off the line, do that stutter step so you didn't know which way he was going and all that. So it was interesting. I liked watching him on game film because it was different than what I'm used to seeing with our guys.
Yeah. I'm looking it up, and the CBA says that players that are on the practice squad are entitled to a ring, but it can be one of lesser value. They get the cheap ones.
Well, they're entitled.
Yeah.
But you might get one made out of tin.
Yeah,
aluminum.
right. Yeah. Well, they're saying like the Packers, the NFL gives $5,000 per ring up to 150 rings for the Super Bowl winner. And so $5,000 doesn't get you a whole lot as far as diamonds go. So that's why the practice squad can get the lesser one. They get the cubic zirconium.
Which I'd be fine with that.
Me too. Yeah, whatever.
That's hilarious. Cubic zirconium Super Bowl ring.
Oh, did you see Rondé is a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame?
Oh, good.
Yeah. So he made it one more round, so we'll see what happens.
Did he make semifinalist last year? Or was he bumped out real quick? I think he was.
I can't remember. I want to say he was bumped out pretty quick.
I think so too.
Yeah, because I don't know for sure.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get in eventually. I mean, that's one of the ones where I think he's a great guy. He did a lot. I mean, he was one of the best tackling cornerbacks out there. Just extremely intelligent. He played a long time and he played smart and he was never injured. He was there all the time. But that's just one of those positions where you'd say it's hard to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Just
based on who's come before you.
Yeah. And I can see why people would be like, I mean, hell, a lot of people don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
Like Rondé who?
Right.
They know his brother more than they know
Tiki,
him.
I know.
Which they have a podcast together.
They do?
Yeah, it's a gambling podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Rondé's big into gambling.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't love that.
I don't either. Yeah. Yeah. What's the name of it? The Barber Shop or something? I can't remember.
The Barber Shop. That would be so cool. That's a good name for a podcast.
I don't think that's it. I think I just came up with it.
If it's not, it should have been.
It should be.
I know.
Jason Garrett, we had talked about he had gotten fired, right? Mm-hmm. Bad week for the Garrett family. His brother got fired too. He was a coach at Lafayette College.
Oh, wow.
They both got fired within like 24 hours of each other.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can take a vacation together or something.
Garrett family's not doing too well in the football department.
Right before Thanksgiving, too. I bet that was a bummer. That family Thanksgiving. It was depressing.
Yeesh.
Oh, that stinks. Well, the Cowboys lost yesterday. Mm-hmm. So that helps us with playoff seeding already. Mm. So we're currently in the number 3 seed in the NFC.
Who's ahead of us? The Cardinals? And the Packers?
Cardinals and the Packers, yeah.
Screw the Packers. Screw the Cardinals, too, while I'm at it.
And this is what sucks. Green Bay is playing the Rams this weekend. So we're kind of in a lose-lose with that one. Who do we even want to win? I would say I want the Rams to win.
Got to go with the Rams, yeah.
Just because of Knox Green. I mean, Green Bay is ahead of us, so.
Yep. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right, exactly.
Saints cornerback Marshawn Lattimore pled guilty to a misdemeanor gun charge. I think it was Wednesday.
And he's not suspended?
No, this was an incident that happened back in March in Cleveland. I know we talked about it when it happened. He was arrested. It was a traffic stop. It's a real confusing situation. It was a traffic stop. He was a passenger. He had a loaded gun on him, a loaded handgun. He didn't tell the officer. An officer saw it. And so he got charged with concealed carry, not notifying an officer or some crap like that. But it was kind of a misunderstanding too. That's the thing about you carry guns in states you're not familiar with the laws. It's really easy to get tripped up on that stuff, because they're all different. And so anyhow, he pleaded and got, I think, 6 months probation and, fine.
That's so silly.
It is.
He did nothing else but just not tell somebody.
It is silly, but I think they should have put him in jail for at least the rest of the season. Because we got to play him again, at least until we play him.
Yeah.
After that, they can let him out.
Well, and then Deontay Harris, he's been charged with a DUI, and I think he got suspended like 3 days, 3 games. So
we're on top of our news, aren't we?
I know.
We constantly do that. We're like, is that what happened? Or
we read so much, and if you don't save it, it's like you're gonna kind of remember it.
Yeah, we need it in like a scrolling format in front of us at all times.
Yeah, like a ticker.
Yeah.
And we play New Orleans the 19th of December, so in 4 weeks.
Yeah, see, they could lock him up for 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, he suspended 3 games, so.
But
that might be the first game he comes back.
Yeah, he'll be back for that game.
Crap.
Mad.
I know. Well, they played this week, so hold on. 1, 2, 3. No, he'll still be suspended that game. Well, it depends on when they enforce the suspension. Like, he is appealing it. So who knows when it'll go into effect. I don't know. He's probably going to lose the appeal, though.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to start talking about the Colts?
The Colts.
Game?
Indianapolis Colts.
I actually have seen... the teenage horses.
The tiny ponies. Teenage horses. Oh, man. You're too much. Adolescent.
Yeah, they're adolescent.
Aquarians.
You're right. Equestrians.
Equestrians.
Not water horses.
That's the Miami Dolphins.
That's the seahorses.
Yeah.
They're not seahorses, Ralph. Okay.
How do you know? I mean,
that's true. It
could be.
Well, seahorses don't wear horseshoes.
What? How do you know? Yeah, I mean, what do you call seahorses? Teenage seahorses? Colts? Let's do that.
Sea Colts?
Sea Colts.
We should watch some more Octonauts. Maybe they cover it in there.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Kid learns a lot from Octonauts.
We learn a lot.
Our daughter always knows. She's like, we go out to the beach. She's like, that's algae.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where'd you learn that from? Octonauts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She knows all about
Very
octopus and all kinds of stuff. Good show. If you got kids, man, get them to watch that. You learn a lot about sea life.
That's true.
We watched the Colts versus Bills. Now, if you've been paying attention to what everybody's saying, the Colts are going to give the Buccaneers a really hard time. And a lot of people are picking the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right now, we're favored by 3. And I think the over-under is 51. So that's really close. And if you look at the stats, we're very similar in a lot of areas. We'll cover that in a second. But we watched the Colts versus Bills from Sunday. Was that Sunday?
Yeah.
And the Colts beat the Bills 41-14.
Hold on, I have it right here. 41-15.
How in the world did they get 15 points? Oh, they got the 2-point conversion. That's right. And we're both just kind of sitting there flabbergasted. We're like, this was just a very, very crappy performance by Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. Here's all the things I counted, but I'm sure I missed something. 3 interceptions by Josh Allen, 2 missed field goals, really bad tackling. There was a muffed return. They just look like crap.
Yeah,
they just look so bad. I don't know. To me, that game was more of a testament to the Bills than it was the Colts. They just played bad.
Yeah, it was. They just couldn't get out of their own way. I mean, they were shooting themselves in the foot every time they touched the ball. Like you said, there was the kickoff. The guy fumbled it, and it rolled it to like the 3-yard line. Indianapolis got it on the 3-yard line, touchdown right after that. Josh Allen was making horrible decisions. He was throwing the ball badly anyhow. And it was cold and the wind was blowing. It was at the Bills.
Yeah.
So,
and he didn't run that much. He only had 18 yards rushing, which normally their offense, I think, relies pretty heavily on his legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they had a number of fumbles. And Indianapolis, I think, fumbled it once, but then they recovered it. So it was just one of those games where, the Bills just so I would not say that is a good testament to how good Indianapolis is. Now, when you look at their scoring, I mean, they're popping off 30 points in just about every game, 30-plus points. And then you see them go up against the Bills, and it's 41-15. That makes you go, whoa, Indianapolis is on fire. Well, we're going to talk about that.
Are we ready to talk about it?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right, let's look at so their record is 6-5.
6-5.
They beat the Dolphins, the Texans, the 49ers, the Jets, the Jaguars, and the Bills.
Right.
So those are their wins. They lost to the Seahawks, Rams, Tennessee, the Ravens, and the Titans again. So they've lost to Tennessee twice. They're starting the season, they were 2-4. So this first 6 games, they lost. I always talk about the thirds, the football theory of thirds. Right. So the first third of the season, they ended 2-4. And since then, they've gone 4-1, losing only to the Titans, but playing the Bills, the Jags, the Jets, Titans, and the 49ers. So you got to look at their opponents and go, is this them doing really well, or do they just have an easy schedule at this point?
Now, see, I was going to wait to the end to bring that up. I was going to show all their stats and all this stuff and then say, but, when you play, it's almost like the New England Patriots. For 20 years, the New England Patriots have basically had 6 free games a year.
Right.
Playing Miami, Buffalo, and New York Jets. Those teams have just sucked for 20 years. And, it's been a large part of why the Patriots, or, a very big part of why the Patriots were so successful. And, when you get to play the bottom teams, you're going to have a good record. And the Colts have played the Jaguars, the Jets, the Texans, the 49ers.
Dolphins.
Which 49ers are 5-5.
Yeah.
Dolphins. Yeah, the bottom tier teams. You're like, well, yeah, you better damn well have a good record if that's who you're going to play. So I think that's keeping them looking a lot better than they actually are. Like I said, when they played the Bills, they beat the Bills, and that just makes, if you look at numbers, Colts look great. When they beat the Bills, put up 41 points on the Bills defense.
That was crazy. And Taylor's offensive performance, that rushing.
Yeah, he had like 190 yards, 5 touchdowns.
The Bills are supposed to be like this monster run defense.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't that day.
No, they couldn't tackle.
They could not tackle.
They were...
They weren't even there. It's not that they weren't even tackling. They weren't even there to tackle.
Yeah.
Like they were just, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if the Colts just confused them, and they weren't there. And there was no awareness whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Did Jonathan Taylor wear his invisibility cloak? I don't know. It would appear that way.
And as proof that it was the Bills more so than the Colts, they were missing field goals.
Yeah.
And pretty much chip shot field goals too. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, 50 yarders and stuff. What, they missed 2, 3?
2.
It was just really bad football by the Bills. So, that one you got to chalk it up, say that had no bearing on the Colts whatsoever. It was just, I don't know what the Bills were doing out there. It's kind of like us against the Redskins. It was like, what's going on?
They did not show up to play.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying the Colts are bad, but what I'm saying is their numbers are kind of murky.
Don't be misled by them beating Buffalo so bad.
Right. Now, Jonathan Taylor, the running back, he leads the league in rushing yards, rushing touchdowns.
Did he before this game, though?
Yeah.
Because he had 200 yards this game. That really pads your average.
I know he was the rushing leader coming in.
Okay.
Yes.
I've never even heard of this guy before this week. Right. And that's crazy. Well, the Colts are just so far under the radar. Like that division, to me, I just expect the Titans to have that locked up. To me, the Colts are not even in contention. Right.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Taylor has got the record in all this stuff now, is because Derrick Henry's out.
Right.
Derrick Henry, when he went out, he had 937 yards on the season.
What? Already? He went out in like week 5. What?
I don't know if it was week 8.
Okay.
So here it is, week 11, and Jonathan Taylor's got 1,122. So, yeah.
He needed 3 extra weeks to catch up to him.
Right.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah. And he passed him in touchdown. Derrick Henry did have the record. James O'Connor did with 12. And with Arizona and now Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor has 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, when you get 5 in one game, that'll do it.
Yeah. Kind of helped him out a little bit. But, like we said, 2 of those were basically right at the line. The Bills turned the ball over right at their goal line. So it was like, it was a bad football by the Bills.
Oh my gosh!
But again, I'm not saying the Colts are horrible. Or there's Jonathan Taylor. He's a very unique running back in the sense that he's not like he's going to bowl you over or juke you out, but he's going to bowl you over and juke you out, if that makes any sense. He's got the ability to do both. He's not like a master at either one.
Yeah.
But he's very good at both.
He's not even that big.
No. But his main thing that I noticed is he uses his arm, his free arm, the one that's not carrying the ball. And he holds the ball very well too, by the way. But he always generally holds it with one hand. He uses his other hand to direct defenders. if you come and you try and tackle him low, he's going to kind of bend and push down on you to take you out of the play.
He's stiff arming you.
Yeah.
He did it, I mean, basically every
play,
run.
just about, yeah. Yeah, that's what he does. You see him, he gets the ball, he keeps that arm kind of like a feeler. If you come at him, it's that arm's coming at you.
If I'm Tom Bowles and if I'm Tom Bowles, I am telling them to grab that arm.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah. Grab that arm and try to have somebody else hit that ball out.
Yeah.
Now when he goes through the line, like up the middle, he puts both arms on the ball.
Yeah.
So
he's not getting up the middle.
No, we're going to have
the
Vita
Bucs.
back too.
Yeah.
So that's, so he is good in that sense that, he's kind of one of those do it all running backs. He can catch it and, he can juke you out and he can run you over. But his big thing is that arm that, it's just, Adrian Peterson, I want to say it was Adrian Peterson, was very good at that too. Just always use their arm. If you come into them, they would take their elbow and push you out of the way, or they would take their hands. And that's what this Jonathan Taylor does. So I'm with you 100%. We'd have talked about this beforehand. That's what I was going to say. Try to just grab his arm. Grab his arm, and there's really not a lot he's going to be able to do after that. And then hopefully somebody will come out like Levante David and punch that ball out.
I agree. And then other than him, to me, there are no standouts on that offense. I mean, you got Carson Wentz at quarterback, which to me, he's mediocre. He's very hit or miss. The jury's still out on him, especially with his injury problems.
Yeah.
There's no way to really judge him at this point in his career. How long has he been in the league? Like 4 years?
That's it.
He's at the Eagles 2 years.
But yeah, they don't have a lot. They got Michael Pittman Jr., the wide receiver, T.Y. Hilton, right? Which I can't even remember the last time I heard his name called.
I know.
I
know. Okay, so in the Buffalo game, they had 106 yards receiving.
And 200 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Over
264 rushing.
264 yards.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Now, to me, it would not surprise me if they get a 100-yard rushing game. I mean, we've had that. We've had a couple, not a 100-yard rusher. I don't know that that's going to happen, but collectively, wouldn't be shocked if they had over 100 yards.
They don't have much choice. I mean, they're a running team.
Yeah.
They're tied, let me see. They're tied first in the league with the Browns with carry per average at 5.2 yards per rush attempt.
What are we giving up at this point?
4.2.
Okay.
But here's the thing. We've only given up, this is going to blow your mind. We've only given up 784 yards rushing this year.
Wow.
Now, Tyler himself has 1,100 and what? 1,120 as a team. All the running backs that have played against us in 11 weeks have only gotten 784 yards. We're by far the first in the league in that. League average is 1,195.
We're like way under that.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're a full 100 yards less than second place, which is the Ravens with 886.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just real quick, Carson Wentz came in the league in 2016, so this is his sixth season.
Damn. You were right. I thought it would have been longer than
that. He got through his rookie contract, basically, at Philly. Got that monster contract, and then Frank Reich brought him to Indianapolis from Frank Reich?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, some more stats here. Colts are 6th in the league with 315 rushing attempts. We are 31st with 219.
Wow.
The Jets are the only ones that have beat us in that category. They've only ran it 209 times.
Yes. The Jets are probably like, yes, we're in the league with the
We're
Bucs.
number one, yes. And of course, the Titans are first with 340. Now, we were watching. What was it we were watching? And somebody said that Brady gets to call the running plays.
Oh, I have no idea. I slept during that one.
Oh, man, you were right there with me. I could have swore. Anyhow, what they were saying is that, there's scripted plays, but it's Brady's choice when to run. He gets to call the running plays. It was very strange to me. And I was like, well, then that would explain why we never run the dang ball. If I was a quarterback, I'd never hand it off either.
Well, New England never ran the ball.
Yeah. So I'm going to look more into that and see what I can find out. Colts lead the league in yards per carry at 5.2. Like I said, tied with the Cleveland Browns. We are in the middle of the pack at 4.2. We have 912 rushing yards. Okay. Colts have 1,687.
Wow.
That is a 775-yard difference.
Wow.
Yes.
Like a whole season's difference.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
We are first in the league in sacks allowed with 13. We've only given up 13 sacks this year.
So we have the fewest.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we have the fewest. For a total of 96 yards.
Wow.
That's nothing.
I know.
Colts are 16th. They've allowed 18 sacks.
Oh, okay.
So they're 6. They're 6. So not bad either.
Yeah.
So that's a testament to the offensive line. You got a good running game and you don't give up a lot of sacks. It usually shows good quarterbacking and good offensive line. The Bucs lead the league in passing touchdowns with 29. Second is the Chiefs with 25. It's a 4-touchdown difference
That's crazy
over them. I know.
And we've had a bye.
That's a big one, yeah.
I know.
Colts are 12th with 18.
18.
They've got 18 passing touchdowns.
Less than us.
Yeah. Now, here's one that's going to rile people's feathers, I'm sure. Colts are bottom of the league in penalties with 51 on offense. They're 29th in offensive penalties. They've only had 51. The Buccaneers, where do you think we're at? Offensive penalties.
Third.
13th.
Oh, okay.
I know.
The way everyone talks.
Right. I know. It's kind of shocking. You're like, what?
Yeah. They all came on defense.
You're going to be surprised on that one.
Oh, okay.
So we've had 71 offensive penalties. So full 20 more penalties than they have. Now, they are 28th in losing the football in turnovers on offense.
So they don't turn it over.
They do not turn the ball over. They've only turned it over 10 times.
Wow.
We're 18th. We've only turned it over 13 times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're pretty good. That's not bad.
Yeah.
But they're a little bit better than us in that. Now, as far as defense, the Colts are tied for turnovers in the league, for getting turnovers on defense.
Yeah, good Lord. They had so many against Buffalo.
Yeah, would they have 6 or something?
Hold on. 4.
4, yeah. But they've had 25. But guess who is 7th in the league? The Buccaneers.
Wait, so what are they?
They're first.
For turnovers?
Yeah, their defense.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, tied with the Patriots.
Yeah.
We are 7th with 18. So we're not that far behind.
Yeah.
The Colts defense is 11th in the league for most penalties with 70.
Just undisciplined football.
It's horribly undisciplined.
I don't know how they're going to win like that.
Where do you think we rank? Our
Third.
defensive penalties. Dead last. We're 32nd in the league.
So we have the fewest?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, 45.
Wow. The way everyone is screaming,
Yeah.
you would think.
Now, like I said, all penalties are not the same. We are 4th worst for allowing first downs on penalties, for giving up first downs. Mm-hmm. Now that shows how bad our penalties are. We've only had 45 defensive penalties, but 27 of them have allowed first downs.
Oh, no.
Now, let's flip it to the Colts. They are 11th most in penalties with 70 on defense, but 31st in only allowing 12 first downs.
Wow.
So it's a total flip. It just shows penalties are weird, man. You know, they don't give up a lot of penalties for first downs, but they give up a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
We don't give up a lot of penalties, but we give up a lot for first downs.
Dang.
Yes. So, you know, you look at it all and you say, well, you know, we're pretty close in a lot of categories. You know, I mean, they're more of a rushing team. We're more of a passing team. But, you know, as far as where we are in the league, you know, it seems like we're kind of neck and neck, right? The Colts are 6-5. We're 7-3. As you brought up, they played some really crappy teams. You know, that's one of the reasons why they've got 6 wins. I mean, when you play the Jaguars, the Jets, 49ers, Texans, and Dolphins, you're going to have a winning record. But there's also another thing. They haven't had a bye week yet.
Oh.
So a lot of their stats and numbers are a week more than ours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And do you remember how we were in week 12 last year? Going up against the Kansas City Chiefs?
Tired.
The previous Super Bowl winners?
Needed a bye. Bad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I think with all that combined, we're going to whoop the ever-living crap out of them. Those are my thoughts.
Ralph.
No,
Okay.
I'm dead serious.
The weather, it's at Indianapolis, 34 degrees.
Oh.
But is it an indoor stadium?
Yes.
Okay. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think they might have a.
Well, I'm looking at a
sliding
picture. Yeah, it looks like the top is kind of open, but I can't tell if there's glass there.
Is it open or does it slide open?
It might slide open.
I can't remember.
I know, Lucas Oil Stadium. Let me look it up.
But still, it's
So
gonna
if
be
it's cold, ugh.
That helps them with running. But
Yeah, and the turf.
right.
AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Is it indoor or outdoor? It doesn't tell me. Hold on. I might have to read something. Ridiculous.
That's Lucas Oil
Yeah.
Stadium, right?
Yes.
You're trying to figure out if it's indoor or outdoor?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if the hole's in the top of the stadium, is that an indoor or outdoor stadium?
I know. Oh, it's got a retractable roof.
Okay. So they'll probably leave it open to try and freeze us out.
Yeah, but it's a 1:00 game, so you're like,
One of the
that'll
very
probably
few.
be the warmest time of the day.
Yeah. One of the very few 1:00 games we're having this year. What do we got? We had 4, I think. Something like that.
Well, I mean,
So here's my thoughts on it. Okay, they've got a pretty good offensive line. I think that Arian said it might be the best offensive line that we're going to have to go against this year.
And we had trouble with Washington, who has a good offensive line. Who else did we face that has a good offensive? The Rams. Decent. Dallas,
yeah. I will defer to Arians on that they have a good offensive line. So I just can't see them with Vita and Sue and our linebackers. They're not going to run on us like they have run on everybody else. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. You know, if they do get 120 yards, you know, that's way below. They can't win a game on that. You know, they're dependent on getting 150 plus yards of rushing every game. Because they're not passing the ball. They're not going to wow you with their wide receivers. And, you know, they're tired. You know, they haven't had a break yet.
That's so crazy.
This is week 12.
Yeah.
we were exhausted last year at week 12. You know? So we're relatively fresh. We're coming off a big win. You know, they're coming off a big win too, but they ain't fresh.
Oh my gosh, they don't get a bye week until week 15 or 14. Oh, why? So they play us, and then they play Houston, and then they get a bye. So they do not get a bye until the second week in December. Imagine playing that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, now watching them play against Buffalo, you know, well, again, I wasn't impressed in the sense that I was like, wow, they're really beating up on Buffalo. It was really Buffalo just
Oh my God, they look so bad.
screwing
They
up
look
everywhere.
really bad. It was dumb, like boneheaded stuff.
Yeah. And, you know, so you couldn't say the Colts were really being more physical or had more energy, although they didn't look tired. But like I said, it was a game that you just really couldn't measure the Colts on because of their opponents.
It just
screwing
felt
up.
like they were just capitalizing on Buffalo's mistakes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think that if we can contain their run, you know, keep them under 120 yards, we'll run away with this game. Just no questions about it. And I'm very confident we can do that. Very, very confident. This is what Tom Brady says. Tom Brady says football starts after Thanksgiving. That's when it matters. And this is the time of year he is going to start playing all out. This is the time of year he's going to have a team playing all out. These guys are not messing around now. We're going to go into this Colts stadium, and we are going to expect to win out from here. Probably ain't going to happen, but that's what we're expecting from ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to, this isn't going to be the Redskins. You know, it's not going to be any of the other stinks we've lost to. You know, this is a whole new season now. This is playoff season. We are gearing up. You know, it's here. This is the first game after Thanksgiving. This is when it starts. So I think the Colts are getting ready to walk into a buzzsaw. I'm serious. I think they have, you know, had some easy games. You know, the Baltimore games, the Ram game. Who else did they play at the beginning of the year that whooped them up?
Seattle, Rams, Titans twice.
Yeah, Titans are just always going to beat them.
Yeah.
But, you know, they haven't faced a team like us yet, you know, that could beat you 15 different ways to Sunday. And, you know, I mean, all those teams they played are one-dimensional, you know, except maybe the Rams. The Rams got some swagger about them. But, you know, they're coming up to a team that is now getting ready to go for our playoff push. And, you know, we can beat you with running if we ever do it. We could beat you with 50 different passing plays. I mean, it's insane all the stuff we can do in the passing game. We can beat you in turnovers. We can beat you in the defense. We can sack you. We can stuff you. We can tackle for loss you. You know, our special teams are playing good. I'm telling you, this is not going to be the game that everybody thinks it is. I think we're just going to beat the ever-living crap out of them.
All right. Are we going to do... Yeah. All right. Let me read the injury report, and then we'll do score predictions.
Okay.
How about that?
Let's do it.
All right. I got to pull it up real quick. Sorry.
You didn't... You had one job.
I know.
Well, all I know is Antonio Brown's the only one that's out.
Yeah, that's the only one that... Ooh, our injury... This is the first time I've looked at it all week. Okay. Antonio Brown... out. Ali Marpet with the oblique yoga injury. He has not participated all week. He's doubtful. But we got Stinny.
Stinny.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Vita with the knee. He was limited all week. He's questionable. And then Devin White had a quad injury that he sustained in the Giants game late.
Did he sustain it in the game? I thought he sustained it in practice in like a walkthrough. Are you sure it was in the game?
No, fact check me.
Okay.
That'll be a fact check. He didn't participate Wednesday and then was limited the rest of the week. Looks like he's going to play, but he's questionable officially. Brady got a rest day on Thursday, but he's been a full participant the rest of the week. Mike Edwards has a groin injury. He's been limited, but Friday he was a full participant. Mike Evans it was Evans who had a back injury late in the Giants game, I think. And so
I remember that he caught the ball and then just like immediately ran out of bounds.
Yeah. But he always does that, so it's hard to take him seriously. He didn't participate Wednesday or Thursday, but did on Friday full participant, so he's fine. Chris Godwin now has a foot injury.
Again? I know. Re-aggravated it?
Maybe. So he was limited Wednesday, but full participant Thursday and Friday. Gronk with the back injury, he was a full participant Wednesday and Thursday, but then didn't participate on Friday. Steve McClendon got a rest day on Thursday. Oh, 2 rest days. So that interception earned him 2 rest days. Very impressive.
That's great.
Nacho has an ankle injury. He was a full participant all week. JPP with the shoulder. He didn't participate on Thursday, but was fine Wednesday and Friday. And then Sue got a rest day on Friday.
Every time you say that, it sounds like you're getting ready to say arrested.
A rest day.
A rest day.
A rest day. So we did a walkthrough on Wednesday. And so the Bucs are saying the practice status is an estimation based on the level of participation player would have had in a regular practice. So there we go. On the Colts, our injury report is significant. Like, we have a lot of people on there. The Colts only have 4. Linebacker Darius Leonard has an ankle injury. He was limited all week except for Friday, full participant, and he is questionable. Guard Quentin Nelson has an ankle injury. He did not participate Wednesday or Thursday, but was a full participant Friday, and it's officially designated questionable. Cornerback TJ Carey has a knee injury. He was limited Wednesday, but a full participant Thursday and Friday. And then T.Y. Hilton has a toe injury. He was limited Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday was also a full participant. And that's it. That's all I got.
Vita Vea is the one we really need for this game.
Yeah,
I mean, if there's a game we need him for, it's this one.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have Devin White too.
Is this the best running back we've seen all year?
Probably, yeah.
So,
well, I mean, statistically, he's the best.
Right.
Got the rushing record and the touchdown record. Probably a whole bunch of other rushing record stuff. So, I was just thrilled to death to hear that Vita is most likely going to play.
Yeah.
That he wasn't on the out list.
Right.
So
yeah.
I was like, whew, we need him. But, not that Nacho, Golston, and these guys couldn't fill in well for him. It's just that when it's Vita, it's a little different,
Yeah.
That's like
he's just a whole different beast. Yeah. I mean, he is head and shoulders above anyone in the league. There's no one like him.
Yeah. Which, like I said, Nacho and Golson would be starters on any other team. Mm-hmm. It's, I mean, they're really good, especially at the run. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wasn't worried if Vita didn't play, but having him in there is pretty much a given that they will not get, the running game that they're used to getting. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just amazing at how good our run defense is. It's just weird. If we get this the 3rd year in a row, we'll have the top rushing defense. That'll be a record.
We can do it.
Yeah.
Wait, are we still at the top?
Yeah.
Like the Saints were.
Yeah, we've actually passed the Saints by quite a bit.
Because we kind of evened out because none of them had a bye yet. So as soon as we got our bye, then it kind of, the order reshifted. I think we came back to the top.
Right. Yeah, and plus it all depends on how you look at the rushing defense too. I mean, what matters? Touchdowns, yardage, yards
Yeah.
per carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of measures it differently.
Yeah. Well, it don't matter. We're winning in all of it. 784 yards of rushing is what we've allowed this year. I mean, that's just stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And we've only given up 6 rushing touchdowns. It's tied for third best in the league. You know who's first?
For rushing touchdowns?
Yeah. Who has allowed the fewest rushing touchdowns?
Who?
The Colts at 4. It's a good thing we don't run the ball.
I know. We don't need it. We don't need a run game. All right, let's do our score prediction. And then I have 2 fact checks just from this episode that I want to follow up on.
But real quick, let
Okay.
me add some more stats in here because we know how much
You know you love stats.
we love these stats.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who's the worst in the league for passing touchdowns allowed defensively?
Colts?
Yep.
We got this.
Yeah, right? It just seems
Yeah.
like they're going up. They're the best rushing team in the league, going up against the best rushing defense in the league.
Oh, interesting.
We are the best passing defense in the league, and they're kind of the worst pass defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Not the worst pass defense, but they've allowed the most touchdowns by passing with 25. Tom Brady's got 29, I think.
So he'll probably put 4 up on him.
Yeah, right. I think it's a great combination for us. I think it's everybody's going, oh, this is going to be a tough guy. I don't think it is at all.
Okay, I disagree. I think it's going to be closer than what you think. Okay. You ready for my score prediction?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I do think the Bucs are going to come away with a win. This is our time to shine. It's going to happen. I'm going to go with Bucs 35 and Colts 29.
Damn.
They can put up some points.
Yeah, if you turn the ball over at the goal line, which we're prone to do too.
All right. So I think it's going to be close. I don't think they're that bad.
No, I'm going with Bucs 41, Colts 17. I'm mad. I don't like people talking like they're as good as we are. I mean, if you look at the stats, you look, well, they're 6-5 or 7-3. It's only one game difference, and
They're not even in the playoff. I mean, they're in the playoff hunt, but they're not, right now they're not in it.
yeah, they're
They're
not
one
even a
game
wild
down.
card,
No, they're not even a wild
Yeah.
card. It's the Chargers and the Bengals
right?
and the Patriots. So
Yeah, I mean, really, like you said, Wentz, he's a bad quarterback.
yeah.
And, their receivers are, they're just not doing anything this year.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Pittman Jr. and T.Y. Hilton, it's like, the names are okay, but what numbers are they putting up?
Yeah.
They're just running the ball, and a lot of it's because their opponents have just been so sorry this year. They could just run over top of them. It's probably one of the reasons why they've stayed so healthy. So you just give the ball to Taylor. And just,
Like mini bye weeks. It's like a warm up. Okay. The 2 fact checks I have. We had 7 1:00 games.
okay.
Except 4. The Deontay.
I think it was 4 at home.
Oh, gotcha.
I think that's what I
Okay.
was thinking.
That makes
Yeah.
Deontay Harris, so he was informed right before the Dallas game that he was getting suspended, and so he's appealing it. He didn't miss the Dallas game, I don't think. But he's appealing.
So if he loses appeal.
No. Last night. No. Thursday night when they played the Bills, they told him right beforehand. And so he's appealing, so he was able to play last night, and he may be able to play against the Cowboys. They play next Thursday against the Cowboys. But it's probably going to be upheld because he pled no contest to the charges and got probation. Yeah. And so if the suspension is upheld after the appeal, he's going to miss the rest of the 2021 season. Ooh. So the first game that he misses will be our game.
Interesting.
So there we go.
So they played the Bills Thursday. Yeah, and then they got the Cowboys next Thursday. They got 2 Thursday night games in a row. What the?
How often does that ever happen?
I don't know if it's ever happened.
I know.
Huh. Interesting. Then after that, they got the Jets.
Okay. And then they have us.
Then they play us.
Yeah.
And then they got the Dolphins, Panthers, and the Falcons to close out the season. Good Lord.
Stop it. We get the Panthers twice. Hold on.
It's different when we do it.
And we get the Jets too.
It's different though.
Stop. And New Orleans. So we get New Orleans, Carolina, Jets, Carolina. We got them.
Man. Yeah, so the Saints end their last 4 games are division games.
Ooh.
That's crazy. Buccaneers. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 3 of the last 4. So it's Buccaneers, Dolphins, Panthers, and Falcons.
Ralph, that's the same with us.
That's the same with us?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The Saints, Carolina, Jets, and then Carolina.
Yeah, I'll be darned.
So there we go.
Interesting. All righty, guys. So that's what we got. Ralph thinks that the Buccaneers are just going to beat up on the Colts. It's not going to be the game that everybody thinks it's going to be. Molly thinks it's going to be the game that everybody thinks it's going to be, and it's going to be close.
Molly's not convinced. I think it'll be close. Listen, I've been burned before by these ambitious score predictions, so I'm just trying to temper my expectations a little bit.
Oh, God. See, you're going to become like the media one day. You're just going to start going, well, we'll lose. There's a good chance we're going to lose here. It's going to be 28-29. All right. That's going to wrap it up for us. Guys, I hope we enjoyed your Thanksgiving. Enjoy this game coming up. 1 o'clock game. We love those 1 o'clock games, man.
I do.
They feel like football.
I love it.
I'd like the prime time every now and then. But I don't know if I like those 5 prime time games a year now. So we had last year and this year. It's just like,
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
We force other people to watch our games.
Hey, we got a fan. One of our neighbors. Yeah. Antonio. Yeah.
Okay.
Big Buccaneers fan now.
So Ralph throws the football with the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So now they come to the door and they go, "Hey, can Ralph come out to play?"
I had a play date the other day.
He had a play date. It was great. So he's converting the neighborhood kids.
Hey.
So y'all give it up for Ralph.
Proselytizing here.
That's right. That's right. Oh, we got to get him something. Let's get him a little flag or something.
Yeah.
You got some flags. We got extra flags.
He wants gloves.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Okay. We got to do
Okay.
that. Okay.
All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up for us. Till next time.
Go Bucs.